Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast episode 109, review of our topic from September, opportunities. Welcome to the Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast by Business English with Christina. The Faster Fluency Conversation Club takes place on Zoom and is a way for you to improve your fluency and confidence in English by talking about real-world topics. We meet for 1 hour every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we would love you to join us. If you want to practice your English, become more confident, and meet people just like you from all around the world, and have guidance from my expert teachers and me, just click the link in the show notes. Our podcast listeners receive a 50% discount on the first month of membership with the discount code FFCC50. Come and join us today. Hi, everybody. Christina here for your Faster Fluency Conversation Club podcast. And today I'm with Karyn. Karyn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It was just Thanksgiving here last week. So
Yeah.
we finally got a holiday here in the U.S.
Yay. Yeah, I was going to say, because there's between summer and Thanksgiving, there's not really many big holidays. Yeah. So a bit of time off maybe. Okay. Yeah. Well, happy late Thanksgiving to you. You're welcome. So today we have a special podcast, and this is something that we're trying out for the members of the Faster Fluency Conversation Club, because, some of you have mentioned that you would like opportunities to review the things that you're learning and go back and maybe test yourself and revisit the topic. So we're going to try it out over the month of December. And as always, we are more than happy to take your feedback about it. That's kind of what this week is about, is feedback. No, that was last week. Never mind. It's feedback week this week when we're recording it. But by the time you guys are listening to this, feedback week will be over anyway. So we're talking about reviewing some of the past topics. And so for this first week of December, we're going to go back and review the topic from the month of September. And Karyn, do you remember what that topic was?
Yes, I do. It was opportunities.
And
how to create opportunities.
Yeah. Exactly. I was going to say, it's not at all because we checked the list of topics just before.
Oh, of course not.
No. It's because we remember it.
I don't remember what I did yesterday, but of course I remember what I did in September. We talked about opportunities.
That's it. Yeah. So we talked about opportunities, and just a reminder of the exact podcast topics. We had how to create opportunities for yourself, opportunities gained and lost thanks to or because of language, and surprise meetings that led to opportunities or opportunities that came out of nowhere. And definitely we encourage you to go back and listen to those podcasts again for a good way to review all of those things. Karyn, let's talk a little bit about maybe that first topic, creating opportunities for yourself. I don't know, what's maybe one or two main important points that you would like students to remember about that topic?
Well, the United States is the land of opportunity, right? So
that's what we say.
That's what we say. That's what we say. That's what we tell ourselves.
That's right.
In the middle of the night to get us through the night. This is the land of opportunities. So how to create opportunities? I guess you just have to be open. Right? You kind of have to be open to opportunities and maybe seek some out. It's a big net in business. Of course, we do a lot of networking here in the United States, probably in other companies too. So, by just putting that message out there, putting that vibe out there, then maybe opportunities will come knocking at your door.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think we mentioned kind of what you were saying, being open, and also maybe creating, like not being afraid to ask for, is there an opportunity for this? Or can I do this? Like the worst thing that can happen is the other person says, no, I'm sorry, it's not possible. But if you are too afraid to ask, you'll never know, maybe. Yeah.
You'll never know. Right. I have a lot of students now that are looking for jobs. They want to make some job changes.
Yeah.
And of course, it's good to tap into that network to get to find out.
Exactly.
You don't know unless you ask.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And the worst that happens is a no, and maybe your ego is a little bruised, but life continues. So take the risk. Right.
Yes, definitely.
Let's see. After that, our subject from September, it was opportunities gained and lost thanks to or because of language. Now, Karyn, do you speak any other languages?
I am learning Spanish. I took French in high school. That
Yeah.
everybody says that, right? Oh, I took
Yeah.
French in high school. I speak French, but I'm trying to learn Spanish because I think Spanish is easier to learn
Hmm.
for us Americans because, of
Mm,
course, we're so close to Mexico, and
right.
so yeah.
And do you think if you spoke Spanish, like let's say fluently or at a pretty good level, do you think that would create any kind of new opportunities for you?
I probably would be able to understand my students, what they were going through a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of would understand, the struggle it is to remember vocabulary words and
Mm,
pronunciation and things like that. So,
yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
That's it. I was going to
That's
think
yeah.
opportunities that I've had. I think just because I speak French, I mean that's just given me the opportunity to come and live in France, which I think is a fantastic opportunity. So I'm
Mhm.
very excited that I've had that opportunity thanks to foreign language skills. Yeah.
Yeah. A funny story, my sister
Yeah.
my sister lives in Paris, of
Right.
course,
Yeah.
and it's a great opportunity for her to live
Yeah.
in Paris,
Yeah,
but she said that
exactly.
they immediately and the French people can immediately tell she's American. She'll start out like she says she went to the store and I think she asked for chicken or something,
Mm.
and the person behind the counter immediately replied to her in English. So
Oh, right. So yeah. So, but she tried. I guess she tried to speak French. Does she speak French fluently or
no.
no? Okay, just enough to
Enough
get
to
by,
get
perhaps.
enough to get by. I
Yeah.
guess in
Right.
Paris, you don't really need to know French
Yeah, I think yeah, like in a lot of big cities, you can find the community that speaks your own
your
language,
language.
and
Mhm,
especially English. You can find tons of people who speak
mhm.
English. So yeah, right. Let's see, what else did we talk about in September? Surprise meetings that
Yes.
led to opportunities
Mhm.
or opportunities that came out of nowhere. Have you ever had any like surprise opportunities that came out of nowhere?
Those are the best. Those are probably
Yeah,
the best. They're the least expected, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, like I said, I've had many jobs. I had many careers, right? So,
Mm,
yeah, you think you're going to go down this one path, like,
right.
oh, I'm going to take this job, and then somebody might call you a friend or a
Mm,
former business associate and say, "Hey, we have an opportunity to do this." So, it just comes out of the blue,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly. And so
That's
it's
that's happened 2 or 3 times to me where I think, "I'm gonna take this career path." Then you kinda take a little detour there,
yeah, and
but it
you end up maybe in a nice place anyway, even though it wasn't planned.
wasn't planned, definitely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think it's like what you were saying at the beginning, to be open to those
Yes.
opportunities and not to just to say, I've decided this is the thing that I'm going to do, and maybe being blind to other
Mhm.
possibilities that come up along the way. Yeah.
Right, like, when you were in Mississippi, did you think you would ever be in France, living in France?
I wanted to, but I didn't think it would actually happen.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, but then it did. And so my plan was to go and to work as a professor in a university in the United States. And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, my life would probably be totally different. You never know.
So open, you have to be open, right?
That's
You have
it.
to see what happens, just
That's
listen, just hear the person out. If they have an opportunity, hear the person out, and you think,
hmm
This might be interesting for me." Mhm.
exactly right. Okay. And I think that brings us to a revision of everything we covered in FFCC in September in about 10 minutes or so. So, yeah, 1 month condensed into 10 minutes. I think that's pretty good.
We did a good job.
We did a good job, right?
We did a
Yeah.
great job. What an opportunity we created.
There you
Okay.
go. And I think maybe that's a good place, an opportunity, yeah, to remind you guys listening that if you want to go back and review the things that you learned in the past, definitely go back and listen to each of those podcasts to see exactly what we said back in September. You can go back and you can review the transcripts again. You can review maybe some of the exercises and the activities. Just do a little bit of revision and refresh your memory. And that's going to help you to remember things and then really get it to stick in your brain for a long time.
Jog
Yeah.
your memory,
Jog your
right?
memory. That's
Yeah.
it. You're going to jog your memory, maybe even just by listening to the podcast. So if you only do one thing, I would recommend that. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Karen. And I will see you a bit later.
All right, Christina.
Thank you for listening again this week. As a bonus for our listeners, we now offer the transcript of this episode for free so you can read after listening. Our goal is to help you improve all aspects of your English. And when you become a member of the Faster Fluency Conversation Club, each week you also get exercises on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and more directly connected to the topic of the conversation each week. In addition to the daily speaking practice in the club, you'll also make friends around the world with professionals just like you, so you have fun learning and remember what you learned better. And because you listen to this podcast, you get a 50% discount on your first month of membership. Just use the code FFCC50. And if you'd like to join the club, the link for more details is in the show notes for this podcast. We hope to see you in the club.